All right, everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy readings. One of my favorite energies here. Very important moment in time right now. This is Uranus and Saturn having a little sextile up there. It's the ultimate Aquarius energy. Aquarius, the sign, is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. This is Uranus and Saturn in a sextile. Okay? And Uranus is in its final days, final weeks, months, whatever, in Taurus. And Saturn's about to move next month, February, into Aries for a long stay. That being said, it's kind of a moment of truth. Well, the pre-shuffle says it all. I'll let the pre-shuffle do the talking. Okay? Just the surface energy. Right here, 3 of Wands, crossed by the 4 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the King of Pentacles, the Moon, the 5 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, bookending the 3 of Wands. It's a very similar energy to what came up in a recent energy weather update. A little bit. We're doing things we've been afraid to do. We're going where we've been afraid to go. It's sort of like the Star Trek slogan, right? To go where no man has gone before. That kind of a thing. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Even if we're afraid, we're just not thinking about it. We're not putting in too much planning. We're just going for it. We're going for shit. Okay? We'd worry about the lesson later. Okay. A little bit. Saturn can kind of smack you down a little bit. But you see, Saturn's in a good mood right now. It's having sextile with Uranus, right? People, I mean, if you want to catch somebody in a good mood to ask them something, wait till they just get finished banging. You know, I mean, there's not going to be, again, it's a Steve way of explaining the energy, but it's very valid, all right? We're not really putting that much thought in it. We're just doing shit we've been afraid to do. Why? Because we want to fucking do it. Okay. Cool. It applies to you. Hopefully you'll listen to what I said in recent readings and be a little bit level-headed. But it also applies to somebody attached to you. Maybe you're what they always wanted to do. I don't know. I don't know. Watch the energy weather update. Watch this reading. Watch the 3 card that came after the energy weather update. I mean, that's all I can say. Let's shuffle the deck. The first card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? Right? Let's see where we go. Saturn and Uranus having some sextile. Let's see where we go. This is why the fuck are we here? It's the first card out. Are we ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Come on now. Okay. All right. The Fool. What did I say? We're doing things we've been afraid to do. We're taking leaps of faith. There's not a lot of planning. A leap of faith doesn't have a lot of planning, does it? Right? I already said that in the pre-shuffle. Okay. But it's a bigger deal than the pre-shuffle's 3 of Wands made it out to be. Okay? These things we're doing, they might be Queen of Wands, superficial energy, not a lot of research put in. I just want it because I want it. Right? Well, do you have enough money for the $20,000 purse? No, I don't have any money. I just want it. Okay, I'll worry about the back end later. I'll worry about how I'm going to pay it off later. Let's just get it. Okay, that's the Queen of Wands. With the 3 of Wands, that's it. But what we're saying here is maybe for you, you can get away with that. But for somebody attached to you, this is a much bigger deal than they really need to stop and think about it a little bit. Okay, a lot more. All right, I don't know. Maybe they're not as good at getting by on their wits as you are. I have no idea. The Queen of Wands is usually good at getting by on his or her wits. All right, let's see where we go. What comes after the cut? Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody's going to learn a lesson here. Somebody's going to learn a lesson the hard way. Okay. Because the lesson itself isn't paying attention right now. It'll come back on the back end and spank them. Whatever they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to take advantage of you. Maybe they're going to lie to you. Maybe they're going to make you a booty call. Maybe they're going to hire you just to use you and then fire you later. I have no idea. I'm not worried about you. You got the wits to handle it. I mean, no big deal. This person here, they're going to get some karma back on them. They're going to learn a lesson, but it's on the back end. Let's see where we go. It's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you. But if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Luck Tarot, you're here for a reason. Right? It's timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. This might be future influence, but this is the energy that's kind of around. These are big energies that are lingering right now. Right? All right. Let's see where we go. I think they work out. I say this a lot. I'll say it again. I think they work out better for the DF than they do for the DM. I think in general in life, people that can get by on their wits a little bit are better off than people that can't. In other words, street smart people in most situations are better off than book smart people. Ideally, you'd like to be both. This person here, I don't know. I think they could pull off whatever it is that's attached to that fool, but I don't think they can. I disagree. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe I am, right? Maybe I'm completely fucking wrong. Okay, well, here we go. We'll find out. The overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Queen of Cups. Fueled by what? Fueled by the Ace of Swords. Somebody's making a bold move here, a gesture towards you. Okay? It's a bold move. It is. It's an honest gesture of love. There's nothing nefarious here. So far, we're off to a good start. I like this. Okay? Here's your connection with this person. Here's the 3D energies around this person. Here's their soul. Here's the hidden energy message to you from the universe, read with the energy of your connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses I'm going to extend this one. I am. All right? Let's see where we go. Just give me a minute. Okay, energy around your connection. It's the King of Swords. Intent. Somebody's giving this cup, honestly, but they have a reason. They have a reason. Do I want to use the word selfish? I'm not sure. I used it earlier, or last week, earlier in readings, in earlier readings. All my readings tie together. I'm just following the flow of energy. We're not just pulling readings willy-nilly here. All right? This is the soulmate cycle. This is where it's going. I'm studying this cycle. I'm just letting people watch. That's all this channel is. That's why there's no T-shirts for sale or anything. You know, I mean, it's all this is. I'm just letting people watch. There's no cups with my name on them or anything. All right, here we go. 3D energies around this person. The world. That's powerful. Somebody's making some changes. Their whole world is changing. I mean, yeah, it seems obvious to say it's the end of a cycle. A cycle is ending for this person. A part of their life is ending. It's a part of their life that represents a cycle. I mean, everything is cycles, but this is a big cycle. Okay? Something been going. It could be a marriage that's ending. It could be, maybe they're having their Saturn return while Saturn's busy having sextile with Uranus. I don't know. I have no idea. All right? Something big is happening. The Saturn return is big. You should track them in your life. Go get your chart. Find out where Saturn was when you were born, what sign it was in. And go track it. And when it comes back around, how old will you be? When will it be? Be sure and look at the percentage of degree. Like if it's 25 degrees of Libra or something like that, then you know that you need to be a little, it's not just when it hits Libra, it's a little later down the line, right? All right, anyway, I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. That's why it could be 27 for you, it could be 28, it could be 29 for a few of you. You know, it could be. What's red? Age-wise, and you can double those for later in life. Oh, and again, keep going. Queen of Swords, yeah. This person is, their soul is, these two fight. This is what I picked up on. A huge cycle is ending. Their soul wants to go one way, and their ego wants to go another way. Their ego wants to come toward your soul connection. Their ego does. It's righteous. It's not a king of wands. It's not a Burger King. So it might be wrong for me to use the word selfish. That might be a bit much. That would be unfair. I'll put it that way. But so it's very righteous, but it's not what their soul wants. So while it is a genuine offer of love, it's not really from the soul per se. It's a little swordsy. It's more from the sword. Okay? That's why the sword's a rainbow here. That's why that's reflecting. Or that's why I'm pointing it out. Okay? Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hidden energy message to you from the universe. It's just you talking to the fickle old gal universe. 6 of Pentacles. I don't know what it means. This person sees you as generous. For some reason, it's important that you know that. Could mean they want money from you. I don't know. It's an important moment for you and whoever this soulmate is. I believe you're probably, if I had to give you some sort of cards to represent, I would say you're King and Queen of Swords. I would say this is somebody you fight with regularly. Could be a runner, could be an ex. It's very strong that it's an ex. But if you're current, you could also currently be in a relationship with this person, right? And maybe if you are, you indulge them and then regret it later, but then do it again. Right? So again, they see you as generous, right? You buy them a Maserati, they wreck the Maserati. You get them another one because, you know, they were crying and they had one already. Okay, here you go. Right? You know, okay, you hate yourself for it later. We all have had relationships like that. May not be a Maserati, it could be a Yaris. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Whatever you could afford. Potential final outcome for you. You can hear my tone here, right? Okay, so just take it for what it's worth to you. Okay, potential final outcome for you. Let's not prejudge the final outcome. Let's all be cool. I don't want you going, Steve, this is going to suck, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, nobody wishes I was Rainbow Unicorn Tarot more than me. People don't want reality right now. They want fantasy, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to lower my vibration because the collective is lower. I'm not going to fucking do that. Right? And neither are you, motherfuckers. Right? Empress. Final outcome. Bam! Right? Look at that. All right. God, I hope Emerald doesn't have that trademark. Anyway, Empress, your final outcome. This is a new... You find you. Okay? Somewhere in all of this. This is all happening. Whatever it is here, you find you. You feel like a lady. Okay, can I put it that? Whether you're male or female, I don't know how else to phrase it. That's what it feels like. This is awesome. Tell me about the King of Swords. We're going to get real right here. It's crossed by the moon. Somebody's afraid they're going to lose you, so they're coming to get you. And they figure the way to get you is to prey on your generosity somehow. Why is that here? Their soul is against it. There's a fight here. King of Wands, there he is. I said, you know, and I was honest. I said it was unfair for me to call that selfish. I was wrong. It is selfish a little bit. Somebody's afraid to lose you. It's like you're a trophy to whoever this is. You're some kind of trophy. And they don't want to lose it. So when they feel like it's slipping away, you're like so much higher vibration than this person. You're dialed in. Your energy is channeling this, or fueling their soul energy, which is against exactly everything they're doing. We'll find out more. Why is the King of Wands here? The Knight of Wands. So they're hurrying in. They're rushing in, offering you the full cup. It's an honest offer. It's just this person doesn't understand the depth of the connection. Okay, that's all. It's an honest offer of love, but it's from a lower vibration energy. And I just got done saying, I won't lower my vibration to give people rainbows and unicorns. You don't have to either. And in fact, if you don't, you get handsomely rewarded by the universe for not lowering your fucking vibration. You always do. That's always the case. You're much better raising your frequency than lowering it. Even if you have to admit you're wrong once in a while. Even if you have to take a loss once in a while. Doesn't matter. If it's a popularity issue, popularity is always fleeting anyway. I've been saying that from day one. Right? When I first got here to YouTube, it was like the Beatles landing in New York. That's what a friend of mine compared it to. It's like you're tagged in like 1,500 tweets a day, dude. I know. I said, I know. It's crazy. But times change. We talked about that in a recent reading. The right person, the right place, the right time. I was. Will it come back around again? I have no idea. I don't really care. I'm just here studying the soulmate cycle. Other people seem more concerned with it than me. I'm only mentioning it because somebody mentioned it to me. And I'm like, why are you worried about how many subscribers I've got? Who cares? I don't even care. The world. You want to learn about the soulmate cycle? Stick around. I have a value perspective. I have a unique perspective. I have a point of view. You want it? It's here. You don't? Okay. Lovers, crossing in. This person here is forced to make new decisions. It's major arcana. It's 5D energy. They're forced to make new decisions. They have no choice but to make new decisions. What's on top? The Queen of Swords. Somebody cut them out. Oh, that's funny. There's an energy attached to this person that fell out of love with them in some way. Okay? Or this person disappointed that person and that person cut them out. Either way, it forces your person here to live in new energy, a new environment. We all have to some degree. By the middle of the year, the nodes will have changed, and all the big, slow-moving planets will be in different signs. It forces us to live in new energy, with new themes. We have no choice. Those are big moves that don't happen very often. You know, you talk about Neptune moving, Uranus moving, Saturn moving. These are not changes that happen every week, right? Or every month like Venus or fucking Mercury, right? Or every 2.5 days or so like the fucking moon. Why is the Queen of Swords here? They're forced to make different choices. Now, it's interesting that the Queen of Swords is here and here. For some reason, this person, and I said this, your energy is tied to this in some way. For some reason, this person is feeling pressure from you. Now, I don't know if that's direct or if it's just energetic. Could go either way, I don't know. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Interesting. You're kind of driving the soul energy. You've taken over their soul. Hostile takeover, right? You've taken over their soul. And saying, no, go the other way. No, do this, do that. And they're still doing things the old way, and they need to be doing things the new way. And that's creating the conflict in the energy. Right? All right. Queen of Swords, why is it here? It's crossed by the Fool. It's kind of a Chewbacca noise I made there. What's under the Fool? I don't usually do this. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. Yeah. It's someone who swears they know what they're doing. Right? But to the outside observer, they feel on the inside they're doing the right thing by coming towards you in the way they are. To the outside observer, it might look like they are. I just don't know if the energy agrees. What's on top? The World. Look at this. Queen of Swords, the energy, primary energy flow is 5D to 3D. 5D to 3D. Queen of Swords. The World, the World. I mean, so we go from the World on top of Queen of Swords to the Queen of Swords on top of the World. They're just not listening. They don't care. They're just not listening to their soul. It's what it's saying. It's plain and simple. They're not even paying attention. They're not even arguing with it. Right? Yeah, the King and Queen of Swords sometimes argue. I read it as a conflict, but they're not arguing. They're just not listening to it. That's where the Four of Cups comes in. Why is the World here? You know, the Ace of Pentacles. Again, it's somebody who swears they know what they're doing. Right? They feel like they're being driven by a higher power. They're not. They're being driven by their ego. People get that confused all the time. People get it confused all the time. They get delusional. The person's a little delusional. A little bit. Why is the Six of Cups, you know, Six of Pentacles here? Well, Six of Cups implies they would be coming towards you. My Freudian slip counts. Let's talk about the Six of Pentacles, where the universe just seemed to want me to tell you they see you as generous. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. That doesn't sound like a good thing. They see you as generous. That sounds like somebody that's, I don't know. I think they see you as a trophy of some kind. I don't know why. It could still be a family member that you have a soul connection with, or a friend, right? A trophy friend, if you will. I mean, it could be. I don't know. This might be somebody you cut out at some point because you felt like they were using you, right? I know I keep you amused, but I feel I'm being used. Right? It's that line from that Rod Stewart song. What is it, Maggie May? It's late September and I really should be back at school. All right, here we go. I always love that line. Six of Pentacles. Why is it here? It's caused by the Five of Pentacles. Somebody, what did I say? Rewind. I don't know why I'm your second favorite. I have no fucking idea. It blows my mind. It's perfect. Look, somebody destitute. The environmental energy, why it's convenient for this person to see you as generous is because they need something. What did I say? Right? They suffered a loss here. I know they suffered a loss. Somebody doesn't love them anymore. Somebody told them to get lost. It forces them to make new decisions. If they were shacking up with somebody and they get dumped, you don't get to still shack up, right? And rather than live in the car, well, Steve's viewer is real nice, real generous. Either way, they're out in the cold somehow, which backs up my read here, here, here. I mean, it's all backed up. The good news for you is your final outcome is the Empress. I think you learn a little something here, not about yourself as much as, well, yeah, I guess it's about yourself, but it's what you're made of, you know? How high, you get almost like a gauge that tells you how high your vibration is. Like a gas gauge, E would be low, F for full would be high. You realize you got a full tank here. All right, let's see where we go. What's on top? The King of Pentacles. Again, you get it, right? You get what I'm saying? They're broke. You just catch my drift here. Okay, just catch my drift. They're broke. They see you as generous. Why? Because you probably are. You probably, compared to this person, you might be. Could be emotionally generous. It doesn't have to be business. But this person knows if they come in and tell you what you want to hear, give you a drink from the cup, that you'll probably reconcile with them, with the Ace of Swords, probably. And then they'll be okay. They won't be out in the cold anymore. Hey, baby, you let me crash with you, right? All right. Why is that here? The moon. Wasn't the moon crossing here? Or was it over here? I don't remember. The moon, I've seen this card. I think it was over here. Either way, these are read together, so doesn't matter. They're hiding something from you. They're talking. It's read with the Knight of Wands. It's a fast talker. It's a player energy, like the kids like to call it. But they're hiding something from you. It's a fast talker. Right? It's a fast talker. It is. They talk fast, so they hope you don't catch it all. I mean, that's all. Nothing more than that. They're hiding something. They have a real motive here. That's why I said it was unfair of me to call this selfish, but it is a little bit. I got corrected. I did not go negative here. The universe did. All right, what's below you? The Empress. Your final outcome. It's beautiful. Gorgeous energy. Absolutely amazing. Reminds me of the other morning when I went for a run. The sky was that clear and the moon looked just like that. Yeah. Well, it was probably a few days back. I remember the crescent moon. It was very nice. Let's see where we go. Which run was that? What was that? That was it Thursday? Wednesday's run? I don't know. Probably Wednesday's run. I could be wrong. I don't know. See where we go. The Empress. Well, it means something. The moon on you. I'm pointing it out. I'm talking about it for a reason. Talking about how clear it was. Your feelings are crystal clear to you. The moon represents feelings, right? You're aware of how you feel. But you're also a little, that moon ties with that moon. You're also aware that this person, you're aware who they are. The Fool, you're tempted to reconcile with this person. I bet the Ace of Swords is still here. There it is. You're tempted. And I said your energy is, rewind. I said your energy is tied to this Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords over here in the soul, that one, was crossed by the Fool and the Ace of Swords. You too are crossed by the Fool and the Ace of Swords. And there's been plenty of shuffles in between. So again, everything I've said is valid here. It may not necessarily be what you want to hear, but it's valid. You're tempted to reconcile with, you know what they want. I could phrase it that way. You know exactly what they want. You know who this is, or you will, and you know why they're there. And as soon as I pulled that Five of Pentacles about, 8,000 out of the bunch of you watching probably went, oh, I know who that is. You know, could be an ex, could be a friend, could be a family member. It's unlikely you're a runner, but it could be. Anything's possible. It feels to me, you know, I've got somebody like this in my life too. You know, I don't know how they see me as generous. A better word would be grumpy every time I see them. Right? What's on top? Page of Cups. Again, it's what I said. Why is that here? And the Lovers, you're tempted to do, you know who they are. You're aware. You're keeping control. You figure by, and you're probably smart for doing this. You figure by saying yes, and just helping this person out or giving them what they want, you're actually retaining more control here. And you'd actually like to have a relationship with this person on some level. Maybe. But you feel like by helping them out, you might be able to take some control here. You might be able to, much the way the Empress helps the Emperor in making the Emperor less maniacal, teaching them about empathy. An emperor without an empress lacks empathy. And a ruler that lacks empathy is mean, nasty, vengeful, terrible. Okay, you've got to have empathy. To be a boss at a business or a ruler, a king somewhere, you've got to have some empathy. At the end of the day here, you figure you got a better chance of getting this person to be who you want them to be if you're closer to them, if you've got some hooks in them. So, yeah, you take a chance here. You take a chance. I don't blame you. That could be the comeuppance, the lesson that they learn later. Maybe they learn it from you. Maybe it's not karma. Maybe you're the one. Maybe Saturn is channeling through you. It is possible. All right? It is possible. It does feel that way. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. What else you want to tell my people before I go pull some wicked voodoo on this? And I want to point out, I want to be very clear. I don't have a devil here. I don't. I do not have anything nefarious happening. I just have somebody being who they are. And you know damn well who they are. I agree with this final outcome for you. If this is your thinking, if this is where you're at, I think it's a good strategy. Do what you want to do, make your own decision. But this is pretty good. This is smart. I like smart. I respect smart. All right. It's emotionally smart as well. High IQ, high EQ. Perfect combination. It's good. All right, here we go. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. Straighten that out. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. What else you want to tell my people before I go pull some wicked voodoo on this very interesting little reading? There is a lot of love between the two of you. They did with the Queen of Cups coming out. It's the most love I can pull from the deck. They're just the type of person that they're an opportunist. We might call them that. Again, I compare your person, the DMs in this cycle, I compare to birds or parrots, whatever, all the fucking time. Birds are opportunists. That's why when you go to the park and you've got bread and you throw it down, all of a sudden you'll have a flock that comes in. Hell, you can go to the beaches here and the seagulls will take it, they'll hover and take it right out of your hand like some kind of trained bird. You know, they're opportunists. They don't care. They're afraid of you if you don't have food, but if you got food, fuck it. They're in. All of a sudden, they're tame. Woohoo! Right on. That's this person. They're basically a gull. Okay? I mean, at the end of the day. Or a parrot. You know, I mean, Flem the parrot was initially afraid of me when I first brought him home. We didn't know he's in some strange place. Who's this fucking guy? I made friends with him with rye crisps from the 99-cent store. We had these little rye crisp crackers, and I broke them into long lengths. He'd take a bite. Eventually, it took about half a cracker, maybe one, and he was right there, and we were just taking it out. That's this person in a big way. So if I were you, when they show up, I'd go get you some rye crisps. Okay? I think they'll probably like it. Or some old stale bread, anything like that. 3 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is crossing the Wheel of Fortune. He's a red center, left, right. It's what I already said, but I'm going to add to it. It's what I already said about the final outcome. Okay? You feel like you can have more control here to help this person or have them be who you want them to be or need them to be. If you got your hooks in them a little bit, I got you. It's good strategy. And even better, and to add to that strategy, try to make everything you're doing, right? Not unlike a bird. I'm telling you, they're birds. I'm telling you, your soulmate is a gull at the fucking beach. I'm telling you right now. It's unreal. Or a parrot. Either or, same kind of thing. Whatever it is you're doing, try to make them think it's their idea somehow. I know, it's crazy town, but it's true. It's just one of the energies that's here. The basic energy that's here is what I already said. Okay? But you control this wheel turning, right? A little bit by sort of hiding behind a wall, and you do something and you do it, but then you run and hide and they think they did it. It's that kind of thing. And there's no other way to describe it. Just make them think it's their idea. You'll have when you get your hooks in them and try to teach them some things, teach them some empathy, try to get them to be the person that you need them to be, not want them to be. You need them to be this if you want to have them in your life. Try to make them think it's their idea. This is a person, I can tell from the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, that this king orders this knight. This person and the King of Swords as a base energy on that, with the moon crossing it, I think. This person doesn't like to be wrong. They don't like to be told what to do. And they like to do things their own way. Right? It's fine. You know, but they also get it wrong a lot. And that's why they end up alone, lonely. I mean, it just is. Make them think it's their idea. I don't know how you're going to do that, but that's the tip I'll give based on this. It's just to give you something different than the final outcome. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. Good luck.